Hello everybody! Okay, we've just come off the back of our news theme compositions and we are on to a singing assessment. Now this is very good for me because I am a singer, although I do have a little bit of a husky voice at the moment, but we have a singing assessment. We need to make sure we continue with our singing. Those of you in year 8, you'll remember some of this from last year when we did our singing assessments. Those of you in year 7, welcome to singing assessments. Now, I am not a mean person, you should know this by now, and your singing assessment will be done on computer, which is useful. You've used Cubase quite a bit this year already, and you're actually going to be using Cubase to record yourself on microphones, and I'm also going to be showing you how to do pitch correction software and add effects on your voice as well. So it's a little bit of a different kind of singing assessment than we've done before, but again, you've been using the computers a little bit more, so I thought we'd kind of change it up a little bit. So, first things first, you need to have kind of thought about and in lessons chosen a song. Okay, now the one I'm going to do is a Coldplay song called Fix You, just because I've just decided to do that. No idea how I'll sound singing it, but we'll go from there. And I'm just going to click imagine that we're setting up a new project. So more, empty, make sure it's saving. Now this one says news theme, okay, from when I did news theme, but obviously I don't want it to be called news theme now. I really want it to be called vocal recording, like so. So vocal recording, and I'm now going to call this one the name of my song. So Fix You, okay, and then create. We have a blank project. Okay, I've plugged my microphone in already, and again, these are things that you would have done. I'm going to load in my backing track. Now, my backing track is here, Coldplay Fix You Instrumental. Now, you may have got your backing track as an MP3 and emailed it to yourself. You may have recorded it off the internet. And again, on the radio show VoiceOver YouTube, there was something in the radio show project that showed you how to import songs, how to record songs from the internet, sorry, just there. So record songs from the internet, you can use that tutorial if you want to download and kind of listen to a song from the internet and record it live. So if you find on YouTube a karaoke backing track, you can therefore record that onto Cubase and then sing over the top of it. Okay, and you did something similar when we did some groups did some Christmas songs in a kind of similar way. Okay, so I'm going to go, and you can go through File, Import, Audio File. I'm going to show you 2 ways of doing it. You can actually just take that and drag it directly into Cubase, and it will load it straight in like that. So that's the easiest way of doing it, is by straight dragging and dropping it. Okay. You can, though, do the old-fashioned way, File, Import, Audio File, find where it is, okay, which in this case is in F drive, new folder, downloads. So I would go F drive, new folder, downloads, and make sure we go and try and find Fix You. So we go down to F. Hopefully it will be there. Oh, it's down as Coldplay Fix You. So Coldplay Fix You, and then press open and new. And that only hasn't worked, and this is the thing, only hasn't worked because it's already in there. So I've already dragged it in, but if you did that, it would load it up. So this is my track, okay? And I'm just going to quickly play the beginning of that to make sure we can hear it. Which we can. Now I'm going to add a microphone track here, mono track like so. Here we go. So I've added a microphone track, vocal 1. All right, so I did vocal 1, and generally it should just be as simple as recording your voice. Now, if I just quickly mute this, just because this is the way my computer is set up at the moment, but yours won't be like this. If I record myself at the moment, like so, you can see here that just my voice is being picked up. I'll just zoom in slightly there. Just my voice is being picked up. The problem with the way I've got mine. This is because I'm recording it on a screen recorder, and the way my computer has to work is that actually this is picking up, will actually record the Coldplay audio as well over the top. So hence, if I record this and then don't say anything, on your version it wouldn't pick you up at all. But on this version, just turn that down a little bit. On this version, you can see that it's actually recording that backing track. Okay? Now this is not a problem in any way, shape or form from this point of view for me from on this computer, but for you it would be something that you wouldn't necessarily want it to do. Okay? You wouldn't want it to do that in that way. Now I'm just going to quickly try and solve this issue. For you it'd be as simple as press record if it's on there, and it's picking up on your microphone, and that should be fine. However, for me it's not as simple as that because of what I'm doing with my kind of recording kind of system as such. Okay, so let me just quickly look at this. Okay, so I'll show you this for the moment. There's an interesting way that it's going to be difficult to show you how properly to use this in the way that I want to, with it doing it this way. So I might have to show you a different way. So bear with me and I'll have a look at this. Now, imagine that I'm going to sing along. Now I'm going to go into the internet here. I'm going to type in Fix You lyrics. There they are. And I'm just going to click on Fix You lyrics. There. Now I'm going to go in and I'm going to press the record button and I'm going to sing along. I won't do the whole song, but I'll sing along to this. I've pressed record. It'll be sat there recording and I'll sing. When you try your best but you don't succeed, when you get what you want but not what you need, when you feel so tired but you can't sleep, stuck in reverse. So, quite high for my voice, but it's okay. If I look at that, now this is, you know, for you, you should only really have the vocal stuff. Okay, this is picking up everything, but you can still hear. When you try your best, but you don't succeed. When you get what. So that's fine. However, we're going to do it a slightly different way. Just you won't need to do this, but I have to the way I'm doing it. You can actually correct your vocals. So I'm just going to sing a cappella and sing the tune to this, and then show you how you can fix the tuning and basically make it sound better. Okay? So I'm going to put this on there here, and I'm just going to sing along again, and I'm going to try and sing almost in time, you know, with the previous version. See what I can do. When you try your best but you don't succeed, when you get what you want but not what you need, when you feel so tired but you can't sleep, stuck in reverse. Okay, so now you'll see now that it's a bit different because you can't because the backing track isn't playing, it doesn't show up on here. Now for you this wouldn't be a problem. You can just sing along with your backing track and it won't be an issue. If I double click on this, now you've done some double clicking before, but if I double click on this, that's my audio. That's what I just sang. And when you've double clicked, there's an area here underneath Vary Audio called Pitch and Warp. And if I press on this button here, it analyzes everything I've just done. Okay? It looks at those notes and it says, these are the notes that I was singing, the frequencies, because notes are just frequencies, and hence a microphone, a piece of software can work out what notes you're singing. Okay, so as I listen to this, let's have a listen. When you try your best but you don't succeed. Okay, so that's my voice. Now, that means that I can go around, I'm going to press Control and then A, because that selects everything, or you can just go Edit, Select All, Control and A. And when you do that, it says Quantize Pitch. Quantize pitch, when you quantize MIDI, when you on your VST instruments and you're quantizing chords and you're putting everything in time and stuff like that, but you can quantize pitch. So it will move all those notes to the nearest note. Can you see that? It kind of straightens everything out and basically tunes me up. Okay, so if we have a listen to this, I can do individual notes. If I use my little thing here, let's have a listen. When you try your best but you don't succeed. Now those two notes, when you try your best but you, should both be the same as that first one. But you see that one was low and one was high. So I'm actually going to move them. So you can drag individual notes. Okay? And let's have a listen and see if that sounds any better. When you try your best but you don't succeed. Now let's pretend that that note was wrong. Okay, let's pretend. It wasn't, but let's pretend it was wrong. Okay? Oh, 1 second. Okie dokie. Let's pretend it was wrong and let's move it. Okay, I've moved it up by 1 semitone. This should now sound very wrong. Okay, have a listen. When you try your best but you don't succeed. See, that is definitely wrong. Now I can move all of these notes that you've sung, and you can do this with your vocals, and hence I could make all of this all on one note. Now this is definitely 100% wrong, but you get the option to edit with this software, and you can change every single note you sing, and you can make them in tune. You can do all sorts of things. So if I do this, this is now going to sound really weird, but that's imagining I was singing the whole thing on one note. When you try your best but you don't succeed. Okay, so that's all the same. Now that's obviously wrong. Okay, but it just shows you the kind of stuff you can do. But not only that, I'm just going to quickly undo a few of those things. Some of the notes, you can see this one here, I slide up to the note. Can you see if that's the frequency that it's picked up? I've slide up to that, and that one there, I kind of slide down and then go back up again. Okay, and Cubase, if I can press Control A, will also straighten the pitch. So it'll actually, if I start straightening the pitch, it will actually remove some of those little slides. Now I can do this a little bit, and it just makes it a little bit cleaner, sound a little bit more professional. When you try your best but you don't succeed. I'll just take that back down to the correct note. When you try your best but you don't succeed. If you do this as much as it will go, okay, it actually makes those notes completely flat, and it actually makes it sound like the kind of slightly robotic sounds you get from some kind of pop singers. Have a listen. When you try your best but you don't succeed. When you get what you want but not what you need. You hear that? That's what's called hard quantizing of vocals. And if I take that down a little bit, you can see that that natural slide of that note that my actual voice did, you can actually get rid of that natural slide and make it sound kind of robotic. Now that works for some songs and not for others. Some songs that are in the charts at the moment, they do that kind of what's called hard quantizing of vocals. Okay? But a little bit sometimes means that if you get things, it just makes it sound a little bit better. Okay? And I'm quite a good singer, so you don't need to use too much of it to make it sound a little bit better. Okay? Let's just have a listen. When you try your best but you don't succeed. When you get what you want but not what you need. Okay, and that sounds absolutely fine. So imagine that I've gone through and I've pitch corrected all of that. Okay, now this won't be in. Now you won't have this issue, but I'm just have to quickly delete that. Now I'm just going to sing through to show you the next thing, which is on vocals. You want some kind of what's called reverb. Okay, that kind of echoey sound you get from vocals on songs. Okay, you want a little bit of that. Just make that a little bit louder. Okay, you want a little bit of that, and the way of doing it is on where it says inserts. Okay, if you click on there, you can choose to add reverb, and that's what it's called, reverb. Now I've got a lot more reverbs than you'll have, but you'll have one called Room Works. If you click on Room Works, it brings up a box. You don't need to worry too much about all the the actual settings, apart from the little black rectangle. When you hover over it, it'll say Programs, has some presets. A little bit Halion 1 does, and we're going to just click on Room and Smooth, and it will set up the settings for that reverb. Now reverb is just imagining that you put that sound in a room, okay, in a specific kind of room. So have a listen to this. When you try your best but you don't succeed. Can you hear that sounds like it's in a room? If I turn that off and you listen to it. When you get what you want. Now that is called dry because the voice has no reverb on it. If I add some reverb. When you get what you want but not what you need. When you feel so tired. Okay, so that's reverb. You can add reverb after you've done your pitch correction to give it that kind of sense of studio vocals. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a little sing through. Okay, you can all do this in one go, and I'm going to leave the reverb there, and then when we listen back to it, it'll already be there. Okay, I'm just going to have a little sing through, go on to my lyrics, and then we can have a little listen to what else we might be able to do. Okay, here we go. Hope I can hit the high notes. When you try your best but you don't succeed. When you get what you want but not what you need. When you feel so tired but you can't sleep. Stuck in reverse. And the tears come streaming down your face. When you lose something you can't replace. When you love someone but it goes to waste. Could it be worse? Lights will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you. Okay, so that's my little bit of vocals. Now, when you've got your vocals, and obviously yours will be kind of pitch corrected by this point, and I've added some kind of reverb there, okay, like so. You might, especially if you're on a little bit of a higher target grade, you might want to try and add some harmonies, okay? So if you want to try and add some harmonies, you just do that like you did with your news theme. You add another track, and you can layer these things. So vocal 1, and I might call that vocal 2. Okay, and I will go into there, and I'll get towards the chorus, and I'm going to do some harmonies. Now, it might take you a little bit of time to choose what harmonies you want to use, but generally, yeah, not a problem. You can do some harmonies. You'll get some pretty high grades if you start using harmonies in year 7 and 8. So give it a go if you get time. When you love someone but it goes to waste, could it be worse? Lights will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you. Cool. So that was really, really high for me, but it's all right. You know, Chris Martin, who's in Coldplay, he sings pretty high, so I'll try and sing as high as he does. And then if we have a little look at that, let's do that. Again, you would go in and you would do some kind of pitch correction stuff there, but let's have a listen. Lights will guide you home. Now, what I haven't done is add in my vocal reverb. Okay, so I've got one dry and one vocal. You want to make sure you have got the same reverb on your tracks. Often backing vocals might even have more reverb. So this one that says mix here says 40. If I make that more, 50, it will give more reverb. Okay, so the backing vocals will be a little bit more reverb. Okay, so let's have a listen to that again. Lights will guide you home and ignite. And you'll notice that I've taken down the volume of the backing vocals just to make sure that the main tune is a little bit louder. You can kind of see that. Okay. So if I go through with that, then you'll see you've got backing vocals at a lower level with a different kind of reverb. You've then got your main part. Okay, there with again that kind of stuff there. Now we're going to go on to the bit in this song where it's a bit louder. I'm going to show you an example of what's called double tracking. So when you'll sing the same thing twice, and again if you're in pairs, you might want to both of you sing this bit. The actual original song by Coldplay at this point, they get quite a lot of them singing in unison, all on the same note. So I'm going to do that just to kind of give an example of kind of what it sounds like. So we wait for a little bit, and then I come in with the lyrics. Here we go. This bit here. Here we go. Tears stream down your face when you lose something you cannot replace. Tears stream down your face and so there's some vocals there. And all we do with double tracking is you do the same thing twice. Okay? Pretty simple. Let's have a little listen. Tears stream down your face. Okay, so we double track here. Same thing, but you'll kind of see how it sounds. Here we go. Tears stream down your face. When you lose something you cannot replace, tears stream down your face and Okay, now with double tracking, forgot how high this song was. With double tracking, you might want to do more than one. Okay, so that's two, but I'm actually going to do a third. Okay, and there's a reason for this, which I'll show you in a minute, which is, again, pretty high level thing, but it's something that if you get time is a really useful thing to do. So I'm going to do that exactly the same thing again. Just going to add in my reverb track there into Roomworks and on Room Smooth, and again backing vocal, so I'm going to put in 50 there. Woo! Here we go. Hopefully I don't lose my voice. All right. Woo!
Tears stream down your face when you lose something you cannot replace. Tears stream down your face and
Okay, so get rid of that little bit there, and you'll notice that each time I'm just getting rid of the bit before it sings and doing the fade-ins, fade-outs. Okay, and let's have a listen to that, those three vocals together.
tears stream down your face when you lose something you cannot replace. Tears stream.
Now at the moment they're all coming through the middle of the headphones. The first one, main vocals, can, but I'm going to move the second one a little bit to the right by, say, 36. Okay. The next one I'm going to move to the left by 36 to make it sound like there's three of me, one in the middle, one to the right, one to the left. Have a listen.
Tears stream down your face when you lose something you cannot replace. Tears stream down your face and
Okay, so you've got one in the center and your backing vocals are left and right, which just gives a little sense of space, and again makes it sound more like you get it in actual studio recordings. All right, so pitch correction is something you want to be trying to do, adding reverb is something you want to be trying to do, doing double tracking, maybe adding harmonies. Okay, now all of this stuff is good. Okay, all of this stuff will help you, and it's what they do in real songs. Okay, it's what they do in the music business. Is they'll do all this kind of stuff, and they'll pitch correct, and they'll add reverb, and they'll do even more than this. They'll do things like stuff that's called like compression and things like this. So yeah, there's loads more that you can learn about this. Again, there's A-level courses and degree courses and all sorts of stuff to do with the music technology, but it gives you a bit of an idea of what you can do on Cubase with vocals. You don't have to be the best singer. Okay, you just have to get the words correct, give it a go, and then you can pitch correct and add reverb and add backing vocals and add all sorts of things. Interestingly, backing vocals, you can take, let's just give this one as an example. Say that I copied this down there, all right, and I wanted to do some backing vocals. Okay, you can actually take one of them and actually change the notes, have the original, and then actually do your backing vocals and actually get Cubase to change the notes up and down, rather than you trying to work the harmony out yourself. So you can actually get it to move the notes up and down and all that kind of stuff. Now this might not work, only because for me it's slightly different. But for example, if you got these different notes, for example, if that was your tune, you could say, okay, well I'll move it a little bit up, and then this one I'll move a little bit down, and you can create your own backing harmony versions, basically just from the original vocal. Okay? So that's it from me for the moment. This is both a singing assessment and a music technology assessment. Okay, now you can get great grades by just doing the singing really well, but if you want to get the highest grades, it's got to be a combination of the singing and the technology. If you're not the world's greatest singer, you can make yourself sound a lot better by using the technology properly and well. And then, yeah, and that's what I really want to see from you, is that, you know, it should even the playing field. So if you're a good singer, you've got to be able to use the technology well. If you're good at doing technology, you're still going to be able to put the singing in as well. So nobody will be able to get the highest grades without having used the technology and the singing together. So make sure we're getting this done, folks. And it'd be really good to then, if you see there, I've got my little area where I can export my song. So yeah, I can export it and then to MP3, and that would be great for you to email to yourself of you singing the song of your choice. So yeah, great stuff. Get to it, folks.